Well folks, hello everyone, welcome to the Razmeek channel. In this video, I have collected all the information about Skibidi Scientist. Believe me, this toilet is a very unusual toilet. All this time, it was Skibidi Scientist who improved their warriors, and not only. Throughout all 69 episodes, Skibidi Scientist has been watching everyone and keeping everything under his control. All the plans to destroy the Titans, new technologies, and creating new toilets. It's all the work of Skibidi Scientist, and in this video we will take Skibidi Scientist from beginning to end. Very much appreciated if you do not forget to put a like on this video. If possible, let's get a record 500 likes on this video. Thank you very much. Now, let's find out a little bit more about Skibidi the Scientist. Let's go. We first noticed this character in episode 16, and we found out about him with the help of a toilet spy who was created by cameramen to infiltrate the base of Skibidi Toilets. And that's where we first noticed Skibidi the Scientist. This was the very first version of the Skibidi Scientist. Back then, the toilets were less developed. They had no claws, no weapons, and in general, except for the toilet, they had nothing. At the base, we noticed that the Skibidi Scientist sings the Skibidi song, thus telling his subordinates what to do, and they listen to him. And from this we realized that the Skibidi Scientist has some power among the toilets. After the instructions, the scientist goes to another branch and never comes back. And only after 14 episodes, Skibidi Scientist is back again, but in a different form. As we can see, Skibidi Scientist has improved his body, or rather his toilet. Now he looks much bigger, and also he has a claw. We also noticed that Scientist has one ability. This ability is that a parasite can come out of the Scientist's mouth, and the parasite can infect any agent. As we can see, this is a demonstration appearance of the Skibidi Scientist, as the Skibidi Toilets caught the big cameraman, and most likely they had to test the parasite on him for the first time, and as we can see, it worked. The big cameraman got infected and attacked another cameraman. After this success, Skibidi Toilets, led by a scientist, decide to infect the Titan's speaker man. Agree, this is a brilliant plan to take control of the Titan and thus get a huge power. I'm sure that this plan was developed by Skibidi Scientist. In this footage, we can see that Skibidi Scientist himself is involved in this operation. He now has improved parasites. Well, because the parasites here are large in size, you can't put them in your mouth. So now the parasites are independent. They are directed from the roof directly at the head of the speaker man Titan. One parasite was destroyed, and the second one did its job, and as we can see, this plan succeeded. From that moment on, Speakerman Titan was under the control of Skibidi the Scientist. After these events, Skibidi Scientist disappears and appears only after 28 episodes, namely in the 60th episode. In fact, this episode is very interesting because here we notice a new race of Skibidi Toilets, namely Astro Toilets. By the way, about them, I have a parallel video being prepared, and if you are interested, show it by likes. And also, if you are interested, I left a little information about them on our Telegram channel. Link will be in the description under this video, and also in Telegram you can send your theories. Well, okay, about this episode, here Skibidi the Scientist doesn't just show up. He rescues his old friend Guimon, who was reporting to the Astro Tuplets. There's a little character revelation going on here. Astro Toilets are higher in rank than Guimon, but not higher than Skibidi Scientist. They obeyed, listened to Skibidi the Scientist, and left Guimon alone. I think Astro Toilets are on par with Skibidi the Scientist. And of course, in this series, we first saw the mega improved Skibidi Scientist. As we can see, he got speakers, and this happened after the battle with TV Man Titan. As we remember, in this battle, TV Man Titan was defeated and left behind his technology, and the scientist took advantage of it. Not only that, but now the Skibidi Scientist can teleport. I don't know how he did it, but he did figure out the Titan's teleportation ability. But the question becomes, why didn't he pass this technology on to the other little toilets? Imagine the difficulty the small toilets would have if they teleported. We also noticed that the scientist has a laser in his left eye, and he has 6 claws instead of 1. Well, at the end of this series, Skibidi Scientist noticed the cameramen who were following him and destroyed them all. The next episode where the scientist meets is episode 62, but there the scientist has, so to speak, a small cameo. Defuk in this episode wanted to show that Skibidi Scientists are also involved in battles. And by the way, don't forget to play my personal game that I created. The game is called Toilet Only Up. There you need to park a ute and save people. Poslanugno, get to the finish line. In this game, there are many details and secret rooms. And using the promo code RAZMIAK, you will get a bonus in the game. In general, it is a very interesting game, I advise. The next episode where Skibidi Scientist appeared is episode 65. In this episode, there is a big meeting of toilets where they were supposed to meet Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman and supposed to be super mega extra action. But Dafuk Boom ran out of budget and toilets retreat, leaving G-Man and Titans alone. Those who watched this episode know why Skibidi the Scientist did this. I don't know if G-Man is playing like an actor who doesn't have an Oscar, or if he really was betrayed by his friends. G-Man then fights the Titans and is ultimately defeated. Further, if you look closely, Skibidi Scientist can be seen in the legendary 66 series, where he again has a small cameo, and he still participates in the battles. And finally, Skibidi Scientist in this guise we notice in episode 67B. There he fights 2 Titans alone, and he does it well. Then Gamon joins him after they hypnotize Cameraman and provoke a fight between the Titans. Then TV Man Titan appears. After that, Gumman leaves the battlefield, leaving Skibidi Scientist one-on-one with TV Man Titan. The Titan completely destroys the scientist's Skibidi, and as it turns out at the end, inside the scientist's Skibidi was the original scientist. Hence we can conclude that from episode 60, we can say that the Skibidi Scientist was a fake because the original Skibidi Scientist was inside him. And all this time, he was inside controlling this giant scientist. And the last time Skibidi Scientist, we noticed in the extended version of the 69th episode, there we clearly saw that Skibidi Scientist entered the Skibider's base and ordered the toilets to guard him, and closed himself in the bunker. And all this we saw through the tablet cameraman in red. We didn't see the scientist in the first part of episode 70, so I can't tell the whole story of the scientist's Skibidi from beginning to end, but I'm 99% sure that in the future, the agents will destroy the scientist's Skibidi. I've said that many times, and for some reason I'm sure it will happen in episode 70. If it does, we'll always remember Skibidi the Scientist as the smartest toilet in the universe. Well, I think in this video you learned a lot of things about Skibidi Scientist. If you liked this video, don't forget to click on the bell to not miss other new videos. And also, if you have any theory or you just want to chat, subscribe to our channel. Well, you were on the channel Razmiak with you as Razmiak. See you in other videos. Bye, everybody.